So for the past year, I've been getting into a series called Mushoku Tensei, and currently I'm on volume 18, which tells you I enjoyed the series quite a bit. So if you're wondering if you wanted to get into the series and if it was worth the read, this video I'm going to be talking about the aspects I like and dislike about the light novel. Alrighty, so Mushoku Tensei starts off with a guy who's kind of a sad sight to see, getting kicked out of his house by his siblings for not attending his parents' funeral. Now wandering around, he sees a high school couple fighting in the middle of the street and a truck coming straight for them. So he runs out and tries to save all three of them, but only manages to save one at the price of his own life. And the next part is kind of a no-brainer, but he gets reincarnated into a new fantasy-type world. So what you can expect from the first two volumes is basically Rudeus' childhood, where you learn about the characters and the world he's in, and which is very interesting, and you'll get more information about characters like Perugius and the Man God. Towards the end of the second volume and the rest of the third volume, that's where we get into the adventure part of the story, which lasts around 4 volumes. And it's not all just adventure, it has drama and they forge new relationships that will come back more towards down the line. Now, if you want to get into the series but don't want to really devote a lot of time to it, then you can watch the anime or manga, but if you like the series, if you think you like the series, I recommend the light novel since it goes way more in depth in the details and is overall more fun to read. And also, if you want to get into the light novels, like you watched the anime, you read the manga, and you want to get into the light novels, then you should start around volume 11. So, yeah. Volume 12 is where it's going to pick up a lot of your interest and keep it, because volumes 12 through 17 get into the real juicy part of the story, in which I can't really say much about without spoiling major things, but take my word that those volumes are going to be pretty interesting when you come across them. But the one thing that I have a little problem with is that Rudeus doesn't really use other type of magic. Like, for example, he uses Stone Cannon, Quagmire, and a Fog type move, I think? And that's what he primarily uses. It would be pretty cool to see him being clever with his magic, like he did in Season 1 with that firework. But that's not really a problem I have. It's just a little tiny detail that would have made the story a bit cooler in my opinion. There's also one other thing I have a problem with, but I can't really get into that in this video since it is a really big spoiler, since it is a web novel spoiler. So I can't really get into that, but yeah, I have to do a hard cut there since, yeah, it's a bit too much information I said right there. But I hope you guys enjoy this little review I gave. You know, it's not really something I do on the channel, but hopefully you like it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go down, hit that like button, and please consider to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.